Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm GSkill PT. For today, what we have here is Baja Edge of Control HD. This is a remaster done by the Bleedworks. The game was initially developed by the 2XL games, but Bleedworks decided to remaster the game and bring it to the next generation consoles, which is PS4 and the Xbox One, and now to the PC, which is its first debut, because this was initially released for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. So Baja Edge of Control, it is pretty much like a game related to Baja or close to Dakar. You kind of have like multiple type of games like the regular circuits where you have multiple tracks. There are the rally, which I found it really interesting because you can break down the car and ask for help, or you might have the tire blown and you need to change the tire. So it is kind of interesting thing if you ask me, but for me the most interesting thing it was the Baja, which takes you to tracks that can take like 15 minutes to 20 minutes to finish, which is exactly what I'm going to play in here. But before starting playing, let me show you the results that I got playing the game. So I played the game with maximum settings, and in this track that you are going to see on the background when these images go out, what I got was pretty much a 60 frames per second experience with 1080p, but if you raise the resolution to 1440p, you get 60 frames per second with some drops a little bit in more demanding areas. And when that happens, the game just drops a little bit, but it was really nothing special. As you can see, performance is very similar between 1440p and 1080p. Okay, but anyway, let me just show you the results already for the circuits that I'm going to show you just a little bit after this Baja race. So circuits are a little bit more demanding because you are more close to the other cars, and there are a lot of dust because of that on the air, so it gets a little bit more demanding, and still 1080p delivers 60 frames per second with no drops, while 1440p kind of have a little bit more higher drops than on Baja. We saw a drop there in the end for 50 frames per second. But anyway, both of the settings provides a good experience, with the 1080p providing one of the best experience. So you might ask, okay, so your average, or it seems that the game is locked to 60 frames per second. There is a way to override this? Well, as far as I know, I don't know. But what I know is that the game is not locked to 60. The game has VSync forced. So if you have like a 75 Hz monitor, or if you have a 120 Hz monitor, the game will lock to 120 frames per second or 75, depending on the hertz of the monitor. So in my case, I have a 60 Hz monitor, just like most of the people, and so what really happens is that the game gets locked to 60 frames per second, or the maximum frame rate you can go, it's 60 frames per second, okay? Now a little bit more about the game. I think the game is quite average. I'm not saying that this game is actually pretty good and deserves the 30 bucks they are asking for it on Steam by the time of the video. But I would say that 20 bucks would be probably a good price for a release title like this. Especially this is a remaster. This is a game from 2008. Okay, they have the word remaster, but still asking 30 bucks for this game, I think they are kind of exaggerating a little bit over here. There are tons of good titles now at 30 bucks by the time of the video. We have now, oh damn. We have now games like Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. We have the DLC for Dishonored, which is Dishonored Death of the Outsider. And for the consoles, for the ones that have the Sony platforms, they actually have a DLC for Uncharted, which is pretty good too, which is has pretty much a size of a full game. So I think for 30 bucks there are a lot of good alternatives for this game. That is why I said that this game should have been priced to 20 bucks. Probably on a good sale, or if you find this game on an Humble Bundle, it is quite good. It is pretty much a niche game because, for example, these Baja tracks can take, like I said, to something like 15 minutes. I don't see too much people have the patience to go in a track against other opponents for 15 minutes, but I found this rather interesting and I like it a lot, in my opinion. It's just that it's not that groundbreaking racing car game that is coming out, like for example when it happens to a dirt game or a WRC. This game kind of is very average comparing to both of the other ones that I listed. Okay, anyway, I think the game it's actually pretty cool, but again, it's nothing really special, although it offers a lot of environments, a lot of tracks, a lot of types of cars. So I think that it is probably the strength point. It's really the content that this game has for you to play with, which is very good. The bad part for me, it's the handling. Okay, the handling it's not really bad, but in my opinion this game have two things that you need to choose from. For example, we have simulation and you have arcade. So I kind of chosen the simulation first because I wanted to know what these guys consider simulation, and I was kind of surprised to see that simulation is pretty much more arcade that even nerd with all the aids enabled. So this simulation, which they call, it's pretty much a lot arcadey. So I didn't even try the arcade, but I can guess that it might be really easy to play in arcade mode, because in simulation it is kind of very easy to play too. Okay, so that's one of the things. The second thing that I personally didn't enjoy on the game, and I think it's a little bit weird to be in the present in the game like this, it's a fact that you can control the car in midair. I mean, if you are in the middle of a jump in thin air, you can just turn the car and the car turns, or you can kind of, you know, things like GTA 5 that you can do to the cars, you can do it in here. I think it completely it doesn't make any sense in a game like this. I mean, you have kind of the realism that if you blow a tire or if something happens, sometimes if you hit a tree, you can even lose a tire that is in the back of your car because the heat was so strong that you lost the tire that was there in case you needed it. There are some realism things and some good points with this game that makes it okay. So I never seen something like this. But in the end, then you make a jump and you can turn in midair. So what the hell? This is what? Strange, right? So it's I don't think that thing shouldn't have been placed in this game on the first time. Okay, but well, that was really everything that I wanted to talk about Baja Edge of Control HD. Hope you did enjoy the video and it was helpful. Thank you a lot for watching, and I do hope to see you soon in another video. Goodbye.